Hello, welcome back to 503 Explore. I want to do a recap on my trip to Nancy's house and what I learned while I was there. I've been working on this theory for a month and a half, more, a couple months probably, and not enough people are talking about it. And I think there's enough there to keep it fresh. So I went there on the 14th. It was a day trip, 6 hours. I had specific questions, or actually specific items I wanted to look at while I was there. I wasn't there to videotape or live stream a long visit sitting in the front of the house. I just wanted to look at a few specific things. It was a perfect day while I was there, 73 degrees, 74, and very light wind. It was just real pleasant while I was there. There was nobody there while I was there. There was no dog walking, no neighbors, no news crews, no streamers. I think the Juice may have pulled up while I was there, depending on what he drove. I think that might have been him because I think he started his live stream right when I left. But it was a great trip. Quick trip, but informative. So let's get started. Here's the timeline. These are pulled off of Bullhorn Betty's site. We all know the timeline hasn't changed much. And you know, you guys can do screenshots of this and organize it how you would like to, whatever works for you. So my theory, SUV in the driveway. This is a recap. Here we go. I originally got an image off of Bullhorn Betty, and I just kept looking at it, refining it, and enhancing it. And this is what I came up with. This is from the Nest Cam behind the shoulder of the perp when he looks. There's a few different times when he's on the porch that you can see. The first thing you see is these dots of the headlights right here. I believe these to be headlights. This is a chrome hood ornament that is reflecting, and this is a headlight. While I was at Nancy, this is what I learned. There is nothing in the driveway that reflects in this area. This is lined with rocks right here. We're looking straight down the driveway. This is flat. These are trees. View the pixelation. We can't make any objects out of these trees right here. It's just camouflage. I can't enhance that. The trees are very different. They just don't show any lines, anything. It's just disorganized pixels, okay? So when I started looking, I got the line of sight. This is line of sight right here. We're starting at the cam right here. This is Nancy's entry point and entryway right here. This is where you walk up to her porch. This is a line of sight. This is an agave. I kept calling these ferns, and I wanted to correct some of the items and terms that I was using. This is not a fern, it's agave. I'm from the Northwest. We don't have agaves, so I got confused on that. It kind of looks like a fern. It has spears. Well, it's an agave. She has two of them. Here's the walkway, handrail, agave, left and right. Okay, so line of sight, we're looking just right of this agave, and it ends up right here at the top of the driveway. And this is where I believed that the SUV was parked. I'll show you that now. This is the agave right here, line of sight. Here's the spears. This is the agave just right of the black handrail. And this is what I believe to be a tire. It's obviously a round object, followed by a round curve above it. That I believe is the fender well next to the light. This will all start to come in picture when we explain it. So the agave, line of sight, we have that. Now, here's a picture of the back of the house. I'm not doing a whole lot with the back of the house. I mentioned in my first video, it's not really a part of the whole theory. I know it's popular right now because of the Savannah saying that the doors were propped open by flower pots and the gate here. So this is just as a reference, just to have as a point of reference. We can see the roof. We can see ventilation up here, garage, right? This kitchen. We got the front entry point here, living room with the fireplace, and Nancy's bedroom right here. This is a layout of the house. This shows the garage measurements, entry point into the garage. The garage is not as big as I thought. It's just a little bit bigger. Average garage is 20 by 20. We got 21 by 22, just a little bit bigger than average. Big footprint on this house. It's about 3,300 square foot, I believe. Nancy's bedroom. This gives you some of the measurements. You guys can screenshot this and zoom in as a resource to help you with your theory. Line of sight. Again, this is just a different picture. This was a picture that I pulled off of my YouTube shorts that I had on there for a while. But line of sight, this line was drawn on my phone, but this would be a straight line from the cam to the truck, just right of the agave right here. The agaves have gotten a little bit bigger. That's another thing I learned while I was there. Vegetation has grown since I was there. Or since January, since this started happening. The vegetation is a little bit bigger, so that will play a factor in things. Another thing that I noticed, I'll start here back with line of sight, is I specifically stood right here in the driveway. This is my main focus right here. This is my main focus. Okay, her driveway is this is a perfect resource right here, reference for it. It has two entry points, one up to the garage, obviously, one that connects and loops through. It's like the perfect driveway. I would love to have this driveway. You can park a bunch of cars. It's easy to drive through. If you're towing a boat, you can just pull in, pull out. Awesome driveway. This right here, I would call, if you're facing the house, the left entrance. This is what I call facing the house, the right entrance right here. So I believe this car that I see, this SUV pulled in right here, took a sharp turn into the driveway and parked right up here. Why, if they came in this way, they didn't choose this driveway? Maybe that's part of what they learned while they were scouting on the 11th, which looks like there's the perp on the porch wearing the gear with different shoes. Maybe he realized that the cameras in view may have played a factor in why they didn't pull in this left driveway, but they pulled right and they pulled in the left. Why wouldn't they have just pulled in here, right? Correct. I believe they pulled in here. So while I was there, I wanted to see the rocks. So Nancy has these rocks. You can see them right here. They're little dots, little rocks that line the driveway. The whole driveway has rocks. Some of them are stacked up on this side, a little bit higher. These are stacked single layer right on this side. Round rocks. They go all the way around the driveway. They line it. You can see them right here, little specks. I'll try to zoom in a little bit, right? You can see those rocks. Just to organize the landscaping, desertscape, just kind of separate, the landscaping from the driveway. So I want to know why. I'm going to go to enhanced image here. This round object right here, this is not vegetation. There's nothing in her driveway that is round. This big. All the rocks I looked at in her driveway, I walked as close into I went to a setback. So I figured it's got to be a 5 or 10 foot setback. Eminent domain, right? Here's the road, 5 foot setback. So I walked in right about to the dot on that line and I looked at some of these rocks right here. There's no round rocks on this side of the driveway that measure over 12 inches. There's just not. They're a lot smaller than we may think. So why is there an object right here that's over 12 inches? What is this round object? That I believe to be is a car tire. This right here is the rim, the spokes, the hub, headlight, grill, hood ornament, light, okay? Fender well lines, and this is your floorboard right here, your side court, your just the side of the car. Rear fender well. So that's one of the things I wanted to see on her driveway, was to confirm if there was any rocks taller than 12 inches that would be indicative of an object that would look like a tire. I wanted to see, is there anything in her driveway that's big and round that I think is a tire, but is actually a big rock? And there's just not. There's just not. I have my live visit there that people can watch in and confirm that. Okay, so I don't see a round object in her driveway. That's one thing that really helped confirm my position on this, is that there's no round object that would look. There's no reflections in the driveway that would deflect as lights. There's nothing in this area that she does have lights. They're over here. She has a few lights in her driveway, one on this side, one on this side. They're on black posts, and we've never seen them on. Maybe they're burnt out, they don't work. But all we see is the lights in the background up on the hill. And when I'm referring to an SUV in the driveway, I still have people 2-3 months later that are talking like, they think I'm talking about these lights, right? You can actually see them right here. This is not what I'm talking about. This is a house This is the no outlet sign that you see with the 3 dots reflecting, and this is the house up top here with the branches that are blinking. Okay, we've moved past that. This is old stuff. This is new stuff that we're talking about here in the driveway, low. So when I talk about car lights, I'm talking about driveway, line of sight from the agave right to the driveway. That's what we're talking about, straight line right there. Some extra stuff I was looking at too was elevation. I want to see the elevation of her driveway. I wanted to get a better idea of where Tommaso dropped her off. Did he pull up the car here? Did he pull the car in the spot here? Did he pull all the way in the driveway? I would think, like I've talked about before, 84-year-old, you would drive into the driveway. There's a spot open for it right here, clearly open spot that would drive in and drop Nancy off, and she could walk into the house. That would be the easiest passage for her. So I'm just curious, did he do that? Did he have 2 minutes when we got the timeline right here? Garage door opens, garage 9:48, garage door closes, 9:50. We have that. So is that 2 minutes? Is that enough for him to drive into the driveway, get out of the car, walk around, open the door, helping? Picture this with someone elderly that you might know. They move a little bit slower. Is this enough time to get her in the house, open it, say, be careful, have a good night, we love you, all that, and then get in the car, back out, drop the door down? So just some things to think about. More elevation in the driveway than we think. We got this section right here. From here to the driveway is probably head high. A little bit less than head high. So there is some elevation right here. You can kind of see in the stance of this detective right here. She's kind of on her toes a little bit, leaning forward. There is more elevation than we think from here to here. So it wouldn't make sense to me that Tommaso would drop her off here and she would walk up that driveway. Maybe she prefers that. I don't know. I would think, with that a little bit of elevation, that can be a lot for an elderly person. I would think they would drive into the garage. There's a space right here. It's open for it. And her car is not positioned in the middle. It's positioned onto the right, which allows for another car in the garage. So it's just something that I thought about and was aware of. Here's the garage right here from overhead. This is what you would drive in here. Here's the entry into the garage. And a long walk all the way over here. This is about a 90-foot footprint on this house total from garage to the wall in Nancy's bedroom, the patio over here. It's a large footprint on this house. So this is... I'm just going to wrap it up here, but this is what I wanted to just kind of organize all my pictures and terminology, change a couple things. This is a sketch that I filled in a little bit on the plane. I wanted to fill in, kind of highlight some areas. I did not free draw this. I was just filling in, shading in spots that are separated by light. And this is the image that I got. And you can decide for yourself what you see in that picture. You can screenshot this. All of these can be zoomed in on, refiltered, enhanced, that work best for your eyes. Here's an overhead of Nancy's neighborhood. This is driving in, driving out. This is your house right here with the red pin. And this gives you an idea of the roads coming in, roads going out. Gives you a better idea of kind of the flow of how this would have gone. Beautiful neighborhood. This neighborhood is like a campground resort. It really has, it's just a comfortable neighborhood. It's not flat roads, it's rolling roads, which we don't really see a whole lot. We think this is flat. It's not. It's a lot of rolling hills. It's a really, really nice neighborhood. There's no curbs, there's no storm drains, there's no crosswalks. It looks more like a campground. What's one thing that I noticed and learned while I was at Nancy? So here's an overhead with a pin. This is the reflection right here. This is the house that reflects up on the hill right here. 1, 2, 3, the 4 lights. There's the no outlet sign from house. And here's the blinking lights right here. Those are all 3 up on the hill that you see. So we're down low now. We've moved past those lights and we're into the driveway. So Nest Cam, line of sight. There we go. I think I'm going to wrap this up. I think that's all the information that I wanted to get out. This is an Intel engineer that enhanced this image right here. It has a little bit of color to it. And different images have different views of things. So I just wanted to show the same picture in the different settings. So there's one there. You can see the dot from my phone. The light is on the phone. That is so it enhances the pixelation. I thought it was a stake bed truck at first. I believe it is not because I can see the fender well in the back hooked to something that's square. I see a round right here. It should be a fender well. I see square lines. This is not anything that you see in her landscaping while you're there. nothing square, nothing reflective. I believe that's a mirror, headlight. I mean, it's amazing how this stuff just lines up. This is not landscaping. This is just, it'd be amazing if your landscaping ended up looking like a truck pulling a trailer. It's just way too, it's just way too ironic there. That would be something in your landscaping that would form an image like this. Tire, agave spears. This is up on the steps. This is infrared lighting, IRs. This Nest Cam, Ring Cams run off of infrared lighting at night. They have a backlight. The closer the object is to them, the brighter it is. The hotter the object is, the brighter it is. What's hot on a car? Headlights. They turn on, they get warm. These headlights are not on, they are reflecting, and the IRs on the infrared are picking up the heat on this. See how bright that is? You can see this when you look on Google, perp on porch, Nancy's house, you will see this over his shoulder. I just zoomed in and I worked on this enhancement, had engineers work on it, add color, reverse, and then come up with different things. It appears to be square item in that trailer that goes the whole way back. I believe this to be a mattress. Box spring, see how it's thicker, right? There's one behind it. Mattress. I believe this to be a mattress, box spring, and mattress. I filled that in, trace lines just for a reference, just an extra resource. I did not draw this freehand. I'm not an artist. I just shaded this in on the plane, just to kind of separate darks from lights, and this is what I came up with. I believe the car turned in from here, took out, because this is a hairpin. This is called a hairpin, or 90. A 90-degree turn would be like that, and an easy turn. This is a hairpin. It turns back, so you have to jackknife that trailer a bit. Like if you turn in right, this is what happens. It kinks the trailer. Then you correct it by kinking your tires to the left. Anybody who knows a trailer, knows and tows a trailer, knows this. That when you come to a stop, you have to correct the wheels to back up straight, because everything is in reverse motion when you're backing up a trailer. So that's what I think happened. They came in from this section here. This is why I believe that they knew the house, is because why wouldn't they have just taken this entry right here, right? If they're coming from this way and they're pulling this trailer in here, this car parking right here, right where that white dot is. This dot is my phone. This is just a light. Why wouldn't they have just taken this entrance right here and come through here? They didn't. They came past that and parked here. They knew something. They knew the cameras, camera. They knew that. They went past it, parked here. They might not have thought that camera on the porch, the Nest, was going to pick up that car. If they looked at this in the daytime, they would not have seen a backlight on the Nest. The Nest emits a backlight. They need, every infrared night vision needs light to process in the dark. So that's why they have a backlight on that. I have night vision stuff and there's a backlight. They might not have known that, because that's why I think when he walked up to the steps, he was startled when he saw that and went to knock, and he looked over and he's like, oh, there's a red backlight. That's why he got the weeds right here and put them on. But that has now picked up his car. I'm not seeing a lot of light in here. This is a heat source. This would be the brakes. I don't think this car drove very far, because I would think that those brakes, after driving over 10 minutes or so, would be really hot and emitting more of a register of light. The lights probably is turned off and they're warm, and then that's what the infrared is picking up. Hood ornament, reflection. Anything chrome is going to reflect. This is an agave spear right here. It's close to the camera, and it's see, all this objects are closer. This is closer to the camera, so it's going to be brighter. But these are the spears. So line of sight, just to recap, handrail, Nest camera, straight shot right to there, right to the right of the agave, which is this spear right here, and that's going to land you right on the tire, right in the driveway. No rock in the driveway is over 12 inches. A measurement of, say, a small SUV, 2022, 2023 CRV, I'm just saying, they have chrome hood ornament. This kind of fits the profile of a CRV. I know Tommaso drives a CRV, but his CRV does not have a trailer hitch. I believe this to have a trailer behind it, and I didn't see a trailer hitch on Tommaso's SUV. This fits the description of a CRV. That's why I say CRV like a CRV like SUV. Did not have a trailer hitch. The measurement of a tire on a CRV is 26 inches. There is no rock, nothing round in Nancy's driveway that's over 12 inches. So what is this? If it's not a car tire, I'm open to in the comments what people might think that is, or what's reflecting in her driveway, suspended in the air 2 feet up, 2 to 3 feet up. What's reflecting? If it's not a light source or a reflection of light, what is it? What is white back here? Okay. There's nothing. When you stand in your driveway and you look up, it's open. It's a lot more open on the left side than we think. You walk up and it's very open. You can see right here, when you walk along this house, you can see in. It's very transparent. It might not seem that way, but it is. This road is flat right here. This road is elevated and goes up. That's why the house up on the hill is higher. Okay. This has got elevation to it. I saw the construction guys up here. I came up here and turned around, and this is the house that had the lights. So that's what I got. I also wanted to share my pictures and do a recap again because I was in the car last time, and this is more organized. So feel free to leave comments and suggestions, or you can use these pictures as resources. But I think that we're all stalling out, and we're all still talking about masks and gloves and blood splatter and stuff, but this is stuff we've seen for 3 months. So I'm trying to work on something new, and this is my new stuff. This is the stuff. Bullhorn Betty originally had this picture, and I screenshotted that and started refining it and enhancing it, and this is what I got right here. This is the picture I have, minus this dot from my, there we go. 2 pictures, Intel Engineer enhanced. And this is my picture right here with all the filters. Everybody's eyes are different. This works for my eyes. So it may be that people have to do their own filtering if they want to look into this picture a little bit, okay? So thank you very much for watching. Keep subscribed, and I'll be working on this, so I'll send something out later on this. So thanks you guys for tuning in.